Teens, along with gambling, have become a growing issue since 2018 when the Supreme Court struck down the federal ban on sports betting. Now about 31 states and Washington, D.C. have legalized it. ABC's Juju Chang looks at the potential addictions facing our kids.
Online gambling is popping up everywhere, with kids and teens enticed by the risks and the rewards.
If you have a phone on you and you have connection to the internet, you can gamble whenever you want.
Steve is an 18-year-old speaking candidly to GMA about his gambling addiction, which began at age 15. He's asked to be in shadow, to use a different name and alter his voice to hide his identity.
All it took was playing dice. From there, it just kind of grew.
How much did you win?
It's a couple $100.
That was your first hit.
That was like the first high.
Steve says that from there, the desire to gamble intensified, his sports obsession morphing into an illegal sports betting obsession, making bets not just on wins and losses, but putting money on every inning or every basket.
It's not about just watching a sports game. It's more about watching for the money.
The legal age for gambling in the U.S. is 18 or 21, depending on the state and the type of game. But experts warn that early exposure can lead to gambling addiction.
Teenagers and young people are significantly at higher risk of developing gambling disorder than adults, in part because their brains are not fully developed. Their ability to evaluate risk, their ability to handle loss isn't as secure as an adult.
Steve says he was able to access legal sports betting sites by using other people's accounts who were of age to illegally gamble. He also used unregulated offshore illegal websites.
Our culture is seeing young adults raised in a society where gambling is the norm, and people don't think of it as risky anymore.
For Steve, gambling became a full-time job, placing bets during school and staying up all night.
I kind of use gambling as an escape.
And he says he began lying and stealing money to pay back debts.
It affected my relationship with my family, with some of my closest friends. There were days where I was kind of just sleepwalking.
His father, who we're calling Martin, also asked to have his voice altered to protect his identity. He says at first he and his wife failed to fully grasp how destructive his son's gambling addiction had become.
What did you miss along the way? What do other parents miss?
How quickly it became an obsession.
With his family support, Steve has joined a 12-step program, gone to rehab, and is now in recovery.
What do parents need to know?
Advertisements, all the commercials, they really make it seem like it's like a good thing. I've never seen a commercial talking about the downsides of it.
How many parents out there do you think are aware that their teenage boys have a gambling problem?
Not as many as there are.
We reached out to the American Gaming Association, who told us the U.S. gaming industry invests hundreds of millions of dollars annually in consumer education, employee training, research, and support. Our collective responsible gaming commitment includes comprehensive protocols in place to verify the identity and age of customers. It's our priority that gaming remains entertainment strictly for adults. But Steve's dad says it's not enough.
It's in every sporting event. There's advertisements constantly. We don't sit and watch a game together like we might have done when he was younger. It has been hard to have removed that from our relationship. There's just not that level of education, and there's just not that level of awareness of it as a problem.